So it looks like Titans and Ursix are returning to the world of Anthem. You may have noticed that they have been kind of MIA in free play. Well, I've got some good news about this. And then also, we're going to be going over the full patch notes. Yes, a new patch is dropping today. It's actually being updated into the game right now. And then we're going to be talking about the developers going dark on social media. You may have noticed that they've been very MIA on social media. And some of you are wondering, Robbie, what is going on? So we're going to talk about that. And then also a very interesting article about Anthem's forthcoming redemption. So yes, let's talk about that. Hey everyone, what's up? Open World Games here. Hope you all are doing good on this fine day. So let's do this. Let's dive into the latest happenings around Anthem. Now, the game's being updated right now for roughly 3 hours or so. So if you go into the game, you see that your save file is missing. Don't panic. It's just being updated, and you'll be able to get your save file. That's been confirmed also by community manager Jesse. So he also has some further stuff to say about this patch that is launching today. It was posted here out on Reddit, as you can see, game update 10402. And then he says this. Here's the update that will be rolling out this morning on April 8th, 2018. It says, fixed an issue that was causing loot to drop for javelins other than the one being used, addressed a number of issues that could occasionally cause NVIDIA highlights to crash, and then fixed an issue that was causing Elysian caches items to not appear until completing another activity or restarting the game. Now that last one has been a pain in the butt recently for me because I was on stream. Check out my streams in the description below, by the way, but I was on stream and all of a sudden, you know, I used 2 of my keys and one of the rewards did not appear for me, and I don't think it ever did. So I hope that doesn't happen ever again going forward. But next up, it says this. The news feed will now properly show content again upon launching into the game. Fix an issue that was causing Ursix and Titans to not spawn as frequently in free play. And then fix an issue that would cause the screen to shake when enabling DLSS and turning off motion blur. So the second one in that list to me is definitely the biggest one for me personally out of this update. You know, fixing that issue with Ursix and Titans not spawning as frequently in free play. I noticed, I'm like, where are all the Titans? Where are all the Ursix? You know, the epic battles that we used to really engage in here. So good to know they will be returning in the game. And in fact, you know, a lot of you have complained that the Titans especially have been nerfed. And you guys would like to see them brought back up to the level they were previously. Let me know if that's still true. If you guys think the Titans will be fine as they are, jump back in the game and really judge them how they are now. And let me know if you feel like they should be back to where they were. Because I personally really think the Titans should be the ultimate challenge in the game. You should go to these battles and really feel like your palms are sweating when you are battling them. And they should not be too easy at all. That's my personal opinion. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Now, furthermore, says this. Fix an issue that would sometimes cause players not to be able to interact with Owen or hear his audio at the end of the legendary version of the mission, Finding Old Friends. And then it says, Titans, Ursix, Luminaries, and Fury enemies should no longer disappear when another player starts an event in free play. You know what? It's also rare to find any Furies, like, in free play. I hardly find those guys. And they should kind of be more rare, I would think. But it's nice to see them in the legendary missions, and I feel like they're such a unique enemy, and it would be cool to face off against, you know, more than one at a time, because they are tougher enemies for sure. Now let's talk about this one right here. You guys may have noticed that developers have gone completely dark out on social media, and it's really a bummer to see for sure. And this was actually posted out on Reddit. It says this, is it just me or Bioware basically abandoned Reddit and stopped talking about Anthem on Twitter? And this was posted by Veldron, and yeah, a lot of people have noticed this for sure. And there was a reply here that says this from Aronin 1992, I believe it is. It says this: they are talking way less than normal. I think all posts they say the same things, and they have nothing left to say apart from we are working on it. The real next response will come with the stream that I hope will be this week. I really hope the big April patch will be next week because I really need that new content and fixes. So yeah, there's going to be an upcoming stream, and I agree that basically all they would say is like, we're working on it, we're fixing this, we're fixing that. But it would be nice to hear from some of them a little bit more. And, you know, a lot of people have definitely disappeared off of Twitter, especially when it comes to producers and basically everyone. Like when I go to Reddit and I go to the dev tracker and everything, you can't find Bioware at all responding to anyone anymore. And it's kind of like, man, communication has completely gone dark with Bioware, which is definitely a bummer. But MJ759 responded to all of this saying this: exactly how many times are they supposed to respond to some of the loot posts and enemies disappearing? They even said they would slow down on talking as there was nothing to talk about, and they didn't want people to keep memeing about the PR were listening routine. Now, furthermore, this was posted by Seperkai, I believe it is, something like that, who explains what he wants to see with communication. He says, they give us some insights into what they think isn't working, what they think works, and what they plan on doing about it. That way, the players get more involved in the process of improving this game. I still don't know if Bioware thinks that getting 1 epic and 2 blues for a legendary mission, Grandmaster 3, is reasonable or not, if they plan on increasing the loot drop rate, or if they instead will make loot more worthwhile once it actually drops. Any kind of insights into what measures they're thinking of implementing is better than the deafening silence we've been treated with recently. Also, maybe comment on the progress of features that they said they really want to implement, or things the community has been asking for, like waypoints, minimap, better social tools, minimum GS requirements for Grandmaster content, etc. If this is a live service game, then I expected them to be more vocal about the ongoing development of the game post-launch, just as they were pre-launch. This game is as much as a work in progress now as it was before release, so I really don't see how their actions are justifiable. So I'm wondering if they're like really getting together privately and coming up with a discernible long-term plan right now, because I can clearly see the launch of the game did not work at all, and they're like, we need to step back. They also saw that the Elysian chest did not work, and that they definitely need to regroup, in my opinion, just for a little bit before getting back into engaging with the community full on. I think after the stream, after this next April update, I hope they get back on track with communication, because that was, in my opinion, that was really appreciated by the community, despite there were some miscommunications from developers once in a while that were kind of blown out of proportion, but that were also very annoying, by the way. Don't get me wrong, some of those communication problems were also the fault of Bioware. So again, they need to tighten that communication up going forward. Alright, so there was another interesting article that did recently get dropped and posted here. That will be in the description below. It's from Games Radar, and it says 6 weeks on from launch, Anthem isn't beyond redemption. It's definitely an interesting read. It talks about how, you know, there's people out there that still have hope for this game. They're still clinging to some sort of hope for this game. They want it to turn around. And I remember the same thing happened with No Man's Sky. For a long time with No Man's Sky, people just, you know, it was like forbidden to even think that No Man's Sky was going to be a good game. And now it's turning out to be something really special. I personally want to hop into that one in VR. But there were some interesting things that were said here. It says, despite a rough launch, Anthem can still become the game Bioware wanted it to be all along. Should have been that game at launch, of course. And we're stuck in this situation, as you know, I guess you would say, as an Anthem family. And we're trying to just get through this really, really rough patch. So we'll see if we can all survive it here. But it says this: either way, I sincerely hope that Bioware is able to get Anthem back on track. And I do believe that it can. As players, we've all invested time, money, and energy into the game. And we want that to be respected by the studio, right? Well, for me, if that means I need to summon a little patience, the same that I gave to Destiny, Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, and countless others, to give Bioware the chance to get this game a little closer to the one it has first envisioned, the one it promised for so long, then so be it. I'm here for Anthem, not for the Anthem that exists today, but the one that could exist tomorrow or from a year from now. And I think people are just tired of this. Like, he mentioned so many games where you had to wait. I think people are just kind of sick of waiting around. They want the games to launch properly, because another problem with this also is you kind of end up experiencing a lot of the game world for the first time, you know, where you're like, oh wow, with problems. You know what I mean? And that first impression is kind of watered down and dumbed down because of those problems, when you should be taking in everything and, you know, gasping, going, oh my God, that was amazing, without the, you know, the luggage, I guess you would say, the baggage, you know, weighing you down. So that's the problem I'm seeing with a lot of these games at launch initially. So yeah, I think it's still a huge problem. But he finalizes the article saying this: it's coming, it's just going to take some time. The thing that people need to understand, and I want to make sure that this comes across, Casey Hudson told in that interview, is that we are fully committed to this game. It's something that we're going to continue to support for a long, long time. So there's that. That's from Casey Hudson of Bioware. Of course, he had the letter to the Bioware team about basically, you know, that, and I'm going to paraphrase here, that seemed like he wasn't proud of the situation over at Bioware, and they are working to get things fixed internally with the development studio as well as the game itself. So yeah, let's cross our fingers that this all can look completely different, and we can all have, you know, positive vibes about Anthem here in the next couple months. That would be absolutely amazing if we could see that type of turnaround. So let me know if you guys are hopeful for that going forward. But yeah, I see a lot of you have also given up hope, and I completely understand that as well. You know, I've been playing Anthem from time to time, and honestly, I have been just playing it little by little, not like full-on sessions. Of course, I stream it on occasion, but considering some of the bugs that have happened lately, and this new patch is going to be addressing some of those, it's just been such a bummer. So I've noticed that there's been no Titans. They're going to be back in the game, so that gives me a reason to hop back in. Ursix are going to be more prevalent in free roam, so that's good news. So I'm going to hop back in for that reason. And then for me, the free play world events are working again, so I was thrilled by that because I really do enjoy going from world event to world event and kind of like, you know, going through my challenges for the day. But yeah, stay tuned here for more Anthem news and open world gaming goodness. And thank you all again for the love and support on the videos. And I will see you all next time. Take care. See you later.